Hey folks, it's me Roger back with another video. Cheers to you all. Been so busy. The gig went pretty well. I'll talk about it at the end for those who are still tuned in. I'm still in the midst of my vinyl diet. So I'm not going to show any vinyl in this video. I'm going to show some CDs though. I didn't say I was on a digital diet. I said I was on a vinyl diet. So if you're not interested in either of those things, you can dislike it and turn it off. But anyway, yeah, I haven't been in a record store for over 3 weeks now. I say that to some people and they're like, you've got a problem. Yeah, I do. Tell you what, this was a paying gig on Friday, so I thought, what the hell, I'm not going to go to Grimey's. I'm going to go to this other place where I find cheap CDs all the time. I hadn't been there in a while, and I knew there was going to be stuff that just for me, you know? So, yeah, it was fun to get out, dig around. And, you know, I've said this before, I'll say it again, it's like the 90s in terms of vinyl, you know, when people were just ditching their vinyl and you could get all kinds of stuff for nothing. Well, we've come to that point with CDs, and I don't know if people are going to come to, you know, want to collect CDs like the renaissance of vinyl. I don't know. I do know that I think people are going to regret, you know, they think they stick it on a hard drive in MP3 and they've got it. Well, anyway, I like CDs. Vinyl's a pain in the ass. I've got a nice CD player. Anyway, so here's something I found today trolling the New Age bins. Not New Age at all. It's title of the record is Modern by Ogre Anuradha. It's on Car Park from 2003. And so I knew it wasn't New Age, and I kind of Googled this guy, and AllMusic called him laptop folk. And I was like, okay, fine. For 85 cents, I will check this out for sure. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. iTunes calls it electronica. I guess it is. Yeah, beautiful. Hopefully, I won't get nailed for playing it in the background. Yeah, 85 cents. What the hell? So yeah, I've talked about this place before, McKay. It's mostly a bookstore, but it's humongous. Tons and tons and tons of CDs, especially the rock section is just massive. I don't have the patience really to dig through it all. But they got jazz and classical and new age and world, and they don't always know what they're doing. But I don't understand their pricing scheme at all. But anyway, I found all, you know, cheap ECMs there all the time, and you know, you can't go wrong with ECM as far as I'm concerned. My wife loves it. Great sonics, great musicians, you know. A lot of it's not available on LP. So anyway, I found a bunch of ECMs here today. Ridiculously cheap, like this, okay? So found a bunch of this guy's work, Stefan Like Us. This is the Music of Stones, recorded in the Cathedral of Ulm. ECM from 1989. It's probably a vinyl of this, but it's made in Germany, still sealed. 95 cents. I posted on the CD Facebook page. I was just like, I'll do this all day long, you know, 95 cents. So it's like, and so, you know, you look at the lineup, they're playing Resonating Stones, shakuhachi and tin whistle, stone chimes, resonating voices. Yeah, you know it's going to be great. They had a bunch of his. Another sealed one, Darkness and Light. This is from 1990. Here he plays all the instruments, all kinds of wild instruments. He did Daruba and the Kortolt and Suling. Yeah. Still sealed, like $1. There's another one, To the Evening Child, 1992. Again, he plays all the instruments, singing and stuff. And a fourth one, Athos, A Journey to the Holy Mountain. Listen to a little bit of this. Beautiful stuff. Again, him playing all the instruments. 22 flower pots, tuned flower pots. Bavarian zither and the satar. It's just gorgeous. Again, like $1, $2, something like that. Something stupid like that. Here's another one, another ECM that I, you know, at full price, I'd have to pass for again, for $2. I couldn't leave it behind. Eleni Karandrou, Greek composer, pianist, music for films. I'm not familiar, not much of a cinephile, but so films by Theo Angelopoulos, Andreas, help me out here. Landscape in the Mist, The Beekeeper, Voyage to Cythera, a couple of other filmmakers. So yeah, film music, curated by Manfred Eicher apparently, and re-recorded. I think, I haven't listened to this. I saw that Jan Garbarek is on it. And no one else I recognize. Greek musicians, it looks like. But yeah, ECM for $2. All day long. This one's a little bit beat up, and again, it was like maybe less than $1. Dino Saluzzi Group. Mojo Toro. Sorry about the glare. Yeah. I have another CD by him that's really cool. Argentinian. Great. Classic ECM kind of thing. Here's the ECM. Yeah, I mean, I kind of know what Zeke, the record geek, meant about, you know, ECM being kind of sleepy sometimes, but, you know, I get sleepy. Here's Tomas Stanko from the Green Hill. Dino Saluzzi is on it, along with John Sermon and John Christensen on drums, with violin and bass. It's a nice cover. I'm not so up on the label, you know. A lot of these would come with a nice cardboard slipcase that often gets lost. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking these out. This is a later one from 2007, which I'm almost certain had a nice little slipcase, but it got thrown away. People thinking. Yeah, this is a Tord Gustafsson Trio, Being There. Hard to see that cover. I have another CD by these guys that I haven't shown because I have to do a real CD update. Beautiful stuff. The other one, I haven't listened to this yet, but the other one I have, Changing Places, I think it's called. Lovely, very Bill Evans kind of piano playing. You know, maybe sometimes bordering on the sweet, but it's not. It's just beautiful in that ECM sound. You know, perfect for. You know, I don't always want to be beaten over the head with, you know, intense music all the time. I like that, but anyway, here's some jazz things I found aside from the ECM pile. I never even remember hearing about this record. Tony Williams, Wilderness, Michael Brecker, Stanley Clarke, Herbie Hancock, and Pat Metheny on his own label. There's like an orchestra on this. I did listen to this. Parts of this I liked a lot. Parts of it I thought were a little overblown, but for $2, you know, whatever. Excuse me. I remember when this came out back in 2001 and being interested in hearing it, but I never picked it up. But I saw it there for cheap again. Archie Shepp and Roswell Rudd live in New York. So Archie Shepp, of course, great saxophonist, and Roswell Rudd, the trombonist. The great band, Reggie Workman on bass, Andrew Cyril on drums, Grakan Mankur III, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and Mary Baraka does some poetry on one track. Yeah, I remember this getting great reviews. It's on Verve from 2001. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And here's, still sealed, 95 cents. The great Khan Jamal, vibraphonist, marimbist. This is Cubano Chant. Sorry, it's even more glary with the shrink wrap. This is on a Jam Brio label out of Philadelphia. Might be a private press kind of thing. Don't recognize a lot of these players, but Bob Lancaster on flute, and Dan Kleiman on piano and keyboards, and then a bunch of percussionists. How can this not be totally excellent? 95 cents? Are you serious? Huh. A couple more things. I found these in the rock section. I guess that's where it belongs, but you know, I'd love to have vinyl of this stuff. This anyway. Clusters, Zuckerzeit from what is it, 1974, originally on Brain. Yeah, this is their third record, I think. Mobius and Rodalius, I think that's is that right? Yeah, I haven't listened to this, and it's on SPV, European label, German label. And I have some other things on SPV. They do a good job with the sound, you know. I can't have the vinyl. It's nice to have this. And a much later cluster CD from 1994. Probably never came out on vinyl. Not sure. 1 hour. If it did come out on vinyl, it would need to be stretched across 2 discs. Yeah, these two weren't exactly cheap, but they, you know, compared to vinyl, stupid. So yeah, I always dig through the New Age section because I find all kinds of weird stuff like what we're listening to, which is not New Age, right? Here's to digging, crate digging. So I saw this, and I would love to have this on vinyl. They had a bunch of CDs by this guy, but Carm, Gorvo31, hey Carm, had shown this vinyl in a recent video about Anuradha, the Anuradha label. So yeah, this is David Arkenstone, Valley in the Clouds, on the Anuradha Mystique label. Originally came out in 1987. This might even be a concurrent CD. So really early CD. Haven't listened to this yet. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, the cover's great, and it gets Carm's highest recommendation, so you know it's going to be good. I've been finding a lot of this guy's CDs there. I haven't shown them because I owe you a big update, folks. But yeah, this still sealed 30th anniversary of Stephen Halpern's Chakra Suite, which I don't think was his first record. Originally came out in 1975, but I think it was his biggest hit. You know, over 550,000 albums sold. Yeah, Stephen Halpern, the epitome of New Age music, right? Really nice. I like to start my mornings with this stuff. Have my coffee, settle into this for a little while, and then, you know, face the day. Yeah. John Siri, Ixlandia. It's a nice cover. Yeah, John Siri. I think Carnes talked about him, and I've heard other things by him, but yeah, picked up a bunch of things by him on the Miramar label. This is from 1995. Listen to a little bit of this. Really nice, like, yeah, new age, kind of fusiony jazz, sort of. Really nice synth textures. Yeah, I dig it. Here's another one by John Siri, And the Stars Go With You. You know that's got to be good, right? This is from, not sure, 1997. And this is also on Miramar. This is on Anuradha from 2000. John Siri with Gary Stroutsos. Help me with the Greek, folks. Hidden World. Yeah, it's so cheap. It's like bonanza. Yeah, it's so cheap that like I can take a risk on things, you know, where like what we're listening to. It's like hard to do that now with vinyl, you know, dropping $20 on a record. It's like it used to be, yeah, back in the day, you know, back in the 70s and 80s, you know, you could take a chance on something. Anyway, that's what it's like now with CDs. And so here are a couple things that I really had no clue. Both of them in the New Age section, but I had a sense there was more than that going on here. This is John Kane, Rhythmicon Systems Atmospherics, on the Mute label from 1995. So again, Mute told me, okay, that's not a New Age label. That's kind of an avant-garde rock label in many ways. And sort of looked at the liner notes, and I guess he's a guitarist, but he was working with some electronic person, and so they came up with this simulacrum of the Rhythmicon, which was an idea of Henry Cowell's and Leon Theremin's. It says here, the Rhythmicon aimed to realize one of Cowell's musical theories in which intervallic and rhythmic relationships could be reduced to common mathematical ratios. In effect, a harmonic approach to rhythmic organization. And so this, I guess, belongs in the classical section. I don't know. But I thought, again, it was like $1. Sure. And I listened to a little bit of it, and it's like cosmic space electronic music. The little bit that I listened to, it was great. I mean, if you like, you know, sequencers, and yeah, really cool. Haven't listened to this, but it just looked too interesting. It was too cheap to just leave there. Again, like $1. Michael Askill, Rhythm in the Abstract, Selected Pieces, 1987 to 1999 on Black Sun. From Germany. Yeah, so percussionist. I looked at the liner notes. Percussionist, composer, interested in Australian Aboriginal music. It looked interesting, and for, again, maybe less than $1. Why not, right? That's it. That's going to keep me busy for a while. It'll keep me out of the record stores for another few weeks. Maybe. Jim O'Rourke's new record is coming out. A new, like, pop record on Drag City on Tuesday. I might just have to go get that. But yeah, for the price of like 2 or 3 records, I got all this. And yeah, man. I say get it while you can if you're interested, because I don't think it's going to last. Because folks like me are going to grab it all up. All right, 20 minutes. Oh, I wanted to mention, yeah, it's great to see Sam. Hey, Sam, if you're watching. We recorded about 100 minutes of more music in my studio with like new interesting sounds, and we were so psyched to play. We get all set up. We played second, so we didn't have very much time to get all set up, and no sound. You know, my guitar, no sound. And at sound check, the soft synths weren't working. Like the MIDI wasn't connecting. It was like if anything could go wrong, it did. So thankfully, my nephew Brian, you know, the guy who built this studio and has all these skills, was there, and he came up, and we got it going. But there's really nothing more harrowing than being on stage and people sitting there expecting you to perform, and you ain't got your shit together. It sucked. But Sam and I, once we got it going, we powered on, and listening back to the tape, it's like, wow, I channeled a lot of that frustration into the music, and we pulled it off. We did, and people came up to us afterwards and were like, you know, you shredded my face off. So that was cool. Yeah, there's a little flyer for it. There's a decent crowd. You know, aside from my personal, you know, frustration with technology, it worked out. Yeah, so there'll be more music from me and Sam up on Bandcamp shortly. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I'll see you soon.